Hey guys, it's Christine, also known as IvyWinter. Thank you for joining me for another video. Today I'm going to be talking about something fairly timely for me because I'm going to Disney in a week, and I wanted to show you guys what I'm carrying in my Disney bag and what I carry to the parks with me. This is a little bit different this trip than it normally is. I invested in a new bag, being that this is a solo trip. Last time I went solo, I brought my small bag that I always bring. It's a very tiny gray bag that I usually bring, and a lot of the times I bring just that because when I travel with Rob, he always has a very big backpack that he brings, and I have the luxury of throwing a water bottle in there or whatever as I purchase things. But since I'm going by myself and I don't have the luxury of kind of pushing off my stuff on somebody else, I realized the last time I went by myself and had my really tiny bag, it was a little bit harder when I would like buy a bottle of water or like want to carry certain things, because I would have to carry them in my hand, and then I would feel a need to like chug that water or toss it out before I got on the ride because I didn't want to carry it on the ride. So I decided to invest in a new bag, and so I want to take you through that bag and show you what I am bringing for my trip next week. This is stuff that I bring every time and some other stuff that's specific to July weather. And so yeah, let's just go through it. So this is the new bag that I bought. It is a small Jansport bag. Cost me about $25 off of Amazon. I mean, sure, you can get it through the Jansport website, but when you can get 2-day Prime shipping, why would you do that? So I got this cute backpack off of Amazon. I decided to get it in the floral, not just because I liked it, but because just in case I misplace it, it's really easy for me to spot and know that it's mine. Of course, I will also likely be adding in, you know, just my name and phone number on the inside. You never know. I think that's a really smart thing to do in case you leave a bag behind in a restaurant or a ride or something. Cast member can find it, can easily text or call you and let you know that they have it. Anyway, so this is a perfect little size for the parks. I'm one of those people that gets freaked out when things aren't super secure, so I wanted a bag that for the most part can fit in a lot of the front pouches, and if not, is small enough that I'm not so worried about it like taking up a lot of space. But let me tell you, Rob has gone rock and roller coaster with his huge backpack, so I mean, definitely can be done. I just personally wanted something lightweight that wasn't gonna take up a lot of space, that isn't gonna take up a lot of space on my back, because it's going to be July and it's going to be very hot, and it's only gonna make me more sweaty. So one of the things that I carry in my front pocket here all the time, and this goes for every trip, is extra camera batteries. So I would show you guys my camera, except I'm filming with that camera, but obviously I take my Canon G7X Mark II camera with me, and that's what I use to vlog, and you never know how much you're gonna be vlogging, and so it's always important to have extra batteries. I have 3 batteries, these are 2, and then there's one in the camera right now. And what's nice is if one dies during the day, I've got the other 2, and I can kind of swap out back at the hotel. So like one will charge all day and I'll have the other 2, and then by the time I go back, I'll like switch chargers and switch batteries out. I do have 2 chargers. I have one from my first purchase of the Canon G7X, which broke on one of my trips. Some of you guys may know that. And then when I bought the new one, it came with another charger. And so if you want to be crazy like I am, bring both chargers, and then you can charge everything you need to charge every night, 2 batteries at a time. It's really great. So that usually stays in the front there. I like to keep small things in the small pocket just so I don't lose them as quickly. And speaking of extra stuff, besides batteries, I also carry this little hard case that has all of my SD cards in it. It does clip onto something. What I like to do is if there's an inner zipper or some sort of inner pocket, I like to clip it inside. I don't want this hanging outside of my bag. It's too scary for me to lose all of my footage. But this is like a small memory card case. You open it up, it holds 4 SD cards. One of these is actually, if you noticed, an adapter. That was for when I ran out of space and was taking some film on my phone after my camera died, and so that is a micro SD adapter. But I keep them all in here and nearby because, again, you don't know. You could be in the middle of filming something and then you get that battery is gonna die thing on your camera, and then what do you do? So it's always important if you're vlogging and that is your MO to have that with you. This was really cheap, this case on Amazon. The brand is called Ruggard. They have a bunch of different cases. You can get cases for like, I don't know, all kinds of different memory cards. So I highly recommend that. Another thing electronic wise that I carry is a backup battery charger. So this is an Anchor. It holds up to 2 full charges for my phone. If you notice, you can plug in 2 things at the same time here if you want. Really great if you have multiple people that you're with that you want to plug 2 in at the same time. And then the little charging of this is actually on the side. And it has been a lifesaver when my phone is dying and I really need a quick fix. I do know that Disney has some of their chargers for the phones now that they give out that you can like rent. Honestly, I've never used them. I also know that they don't hold a really long charge, and I prefer to take this with me because it holds 2 full charges for my phone. Not that I tend to need both in a day, but usually it'll last me then a couple of days before I have to worry about being fully charged again. So I prefer just having the Anchor over going with the Disney ones, but if the Disney ones work for you, then by all means do it. This really isn't that big. It's a little bigger than my actual phone and it's not that heavy. So again, if you have a bag, totally worth getting. Of course, Disney is super germy, so I always have hand sanitizer with me, always. Yes, it's true, if you use too much hand sanitizer, it does kill good bacteria along with bad bacteria, but you know what? For 4 days in Disney, I will deal with killing some of my good guys just to avoid getting sick. It is very easy to get sick there. There's just so many people, you know, everyone's touching the rails when you're in line for a ride, people are touching doorknobs, people are touching everything. So I highly recommend, especially at least before and after you eat, to use this, and anytime you think you might have accidentally touched something icky, it's good to have this. In general, I like to use it a couple of times a day, and I haven't gotten sick from Disney in a long time, fingers crossed. So I think it's really important because you never know what kind of germs people are spreading, and there's a lot of people who go down there sick. It's true, there's a lot of people who feel like they spend their money on a vacation and then they get sick and they don't want to cancel, so they go anyway. I mean, it's kind of like living here in New York, you know, a lot of times we see sick people on the subway and we go, God damn it, you know, why don't you just stay home? But maybe they can't, maybe they really need that paycheck, whatever the reason is. You know, I'm used to being in tight places with a lot of people here, and even here this would do really well. But I think down in Disney, you definitely want it. Okay, it's summertime, and that means sun, sun, sun. And while I tan pretty well, I'm sure a lot of you guys have seen how tan I've gotten in the past few videos, I still need to be protected. You still need to be protected. Florida sun can be really intense. And you might think like, well, I'm inside on rides, I'm not really out there enough. Trust me, I've gotten burned to a crisp on Disney vacations, even with going in and out constantly, because those moments when you're outside, even if it's 5 minutes, 10 minutes, is enough. For me personally, I burn all the time on my face and my shoulders. Those are the 2 parts that burn the quickest. So I have suntan lotion. This is my personal favorite. I mean, I'm sure everybody has one they love. I like Neutrogena's Ultra Sheer. I like it because it goes on not icky. I'm not a fan of really goopy sunscreens. I don't like the way they feel. I'm not a fan of spray-on sunscreens because it's too easy for the wind to kick up and you miss a spot, and then now you're all streaky with like half tan, half burn, half not tan. I mean, it's just, that didn't make sense, those 3 halves. But you know what I mean, you end up looking kind of strange because sometimes you can't guarantee that you're covering all of yourself well. So I really particularly like this brand because the whole thing of it is that it has, as it says, a lightweight, clean feel. I don't like to feel like I have a whole layer of stuff on me, so I really like it. It's a little pricey. It's like $12 a bottle for a 3-ounce bottle, because I had to make sure we get on the plane. But I think it's totally worth it, and it does last me a long time. Beyond just sunscreen, you gotta protect your eyes, so I always got my sunglasses. You guys probably see me in my vlogs with these on all the time. The one time I didn't have them, or like I forgot to bring them, was actually fairly recently, and I got a terrible migraine from the sun and also being dehydrated. So bring your sunglasses, they're super, super important, even if it's like you're doing videos and nobody can see your eyes. Of course, I'm not gonna go anywhere without my wallet. In my wallet, I also have, my annual pass holder card, which you will need if you have one for any food discounts, merch discounts, all of that. You also need your DVC card if you're getting DVC discounts. So just make sure you always have it. Double check all your pockets, make sure that you've got this because it's really, really important. Two things maybe not everyone's gonna have, but is a bit specific to me and I guess other people who deal with these things. Contact lens relief drops are amazing. Take them. You never know what's gonna get in your contacts. You have no idea. You could be on a ride and something flies in your eye, maybe it's just bugging out and bothering you. These things will make you feel so much better. They'll be able to clear out your contacts. You'll be able to see again. You don't want to waste your day with a blurry contact or like just not feeling good because of it and having to go all the way back to the hotel to like wash them in solution or anything like that. So I highly recommend it. This is just like a CVS brand one. I've tried all different kinds. Honestly, they've all worked for me, from like Visine to like the generic kinds. I just highly recommend it if you wear contacts. And then also for me, and you guys know this, if you have seen my chronic illness video, you know that I suffer from IBS, and you know that I still go to Disney anyway, because I don't believe in letting chronic illness stop you from living your life. But Imodium, yay! And I don't think this is just good for the fact that like I have stomach problems, okay? I think this is actually a really great thing for a lot of people to have at the parks because the food can be greasy, the food can be overwhelming. You never know what you're gonna eat that might make you not feel so good. So I think in general, in the idea of like being prepared, having this is seriously not a bad idea, even if you're not somebody who has a sort of chronic gastrointestinal illness. Specifically for this trip, I am doing Whole30. Some of you who may follow me on Twitter may know this. Short version of it is Whole30 is 30 days of eating completely clean foods, no processed foods, no added sugar, no simple carbs, like no breads or anything, no cheese, no alcohol. One of those things that I can eat that is Whole30 compliant are these RX bars. So in general, bringing snacks is a great idea. Disney does let food in. You can absolutely bring all of your meals if you wanted to. Pack sandwiches, pack fruit, whatever you want to do. Personally, I will be carrying these with me. These are literally, the ingredients are what they say: egg whites, almonds, cashews, dates, all that, and it's like really simple and really straightforward. These are gonna be like my breakfast in the morning, but it's also just good to have a snack. You never know, you get in line, you're kind of hungry, you still got 40 minutes left for the ride, what do? I mean, just having something packed is so important. Even if it's just like you're feeling tired and you're running out of energy and you need a little something, bring your own stuff. They don't care, and it's a great thing to do. Now, I know summer means a ton of rain. A ton of rain, and I'm ready for it. It happens almost every day there. Personally, I'm not a big poncho fan. I don't like ponchos not because of the way they look or anything like that, but they're very hot. They're cheaply made and the material is very hot, and even if you buy one of the nicer ones that last you for a long time, you might be sweating under there because this could be humid rain, and they don't hold up that well. So I personally recommend, and what I am bringing is an actual rain jacket or raincoat. So this is one that I got pretty inexpensively from Macy's about a year ago. It is water resistant. I don't want to say it's waterproof. I don't know how well this will hold up in a complete downpour, but probably better than most ponchos do. And the thing is, it is light material. It's meant to not make you sweat or anything like that. The hood can be zipped in or taken out, and it folds up really nicely so it will fit in my bag I just like completely smush it together, and the great thing is it doesn't really wrinkle, and who cares anyway. And of course, lastly, but kind of most important, is magic bands. And I have a butt ton back here. I don't know if you guys have seen this. These are a lot of my magic bands from multiple trips. They send them all the time. What I believe in is not just having the one that you have for the day, but bring a backup. You never know, you might lose one on a ride or whatever. If you have more than one, assuming this is not your first trip, if you have more than one, bring another one. All of these are currently active on my account, every single one of these. I could take some of them and make them inactive if I want to, but for right now, all of them are active, so no matter which one I take and which one I put on for the day is connected to my annual pass, and I'm good to go. So I think it's really important to just have an extra one, just in case maybe you just run out of the hotel and you forget the one that you left on the counter, but oh good, now you have an extra one in your backpack and you can slap that on and get in the parks, no problem. So I'm really, really of the camp of having an extra one if you can, if you have them. I just think it's like the easiest extra thing to just slide into there. So that is everything that I carry with me to the parks each and every day. It might be a little bit different than you guys because I'm vlogging, maybe you're not, and you know, all of that good stuff. But I would like to know what it is that you always have in your bag at Disney. Maybe it's the same, maybe it's something different. Maybe you can enlighten me to something new that I should be throwing in there. Let me know in the comments below. If you like this video, then like it. If you want to see more like this, then please subscribe. I try to put out videos 2 to 3 times a week. And I always really appreciate you guys hanging out with me. And I'm really excited about this trip. I'm really excited to take you guys along with me on vlogs. I'll also be live streaming. I might check out the new YouTube mobile live stream while I'm there. We shall see, because otherwise I normally Periscope. But we'll see what we're gonna do this time around. Anyway, thanks again, and I hope you guys have a great rest of the day. Bye.